Good day, everyone. My name is Dr. Adeoluwa Lawrence. I'm the resource person for this course, and the course title is Philosophy, Logic, and Human Existence. Philosophy, Logic, and Human Existence. The learning outcomes for this course will be that by the end of this course, you as students should be able to discuss the basic features of philosophy. You should be able to identify the main branches of philosophy and, of course, of logic. And you should also be able to state the elementary rules of reasoning. Number four, you should be able to distinguish between valid and invalid arguments. You should also be able to achieve being able to think critically and assess arguments and texts and discussions. Okay, you should be able to also critically assess the rationality of human conduct. Lastly, you should be able to develop expertise in logic applicable to other areas and subsequently guide actions using philosophy and logic. Philosophy and logic. So what is the scope of philosophy? Philosophy covers a broad range of topics, right, such as we're not limited to meaning of life, nature of reality, and ethics and human values. Ethics and human values. The branches of philosophy are the main branches. The main branches, yes, because there are other branches. But the main branches include metaphysics, when we talk about reality, epistemology, talking of knowledge, ethics, referring to morality, and of course, logic, and which is reasoning. Logic, which is reasoning. Let's look at logic as an indispensable tool. What is logic as an indispensable tool? Logic ensures structured and rational thinking. Okay, it ensures structured and rational thinking. It is used to, number one, analyze arguments. When there are arguments, you can use logic to analyze it. Okay, you can use logic to build sound reasoning. Sound reasoning. You can also distinguish between valid and invalid arguments using logic. So it is an indispensable tool because it works through these three things, and of course other things, using it to analyze arguments, to build sound reasoning, and to distinguish valid from invalid arguments. The elements of logic, you will learn, okay, about what is called syllogisms. You also know about symbolic logic, and of course the first nine rules of inference. The first nine rules of inference to be able to guide you and your logical thinking. We see informal fallacies and laws of thoughts. Informal fallacies and laws of thoughts. Okay, common informal fallacies include ad hominem. All right, we have false dilemma. Okay, and laws of thoughts include, number one, law of identity. Number two, law of contradiction, law of identity, and law of non-contradiction, law of identity and law of non-contradiction under laws of thoughts. Okay, we'll also be looking at deduction and induction. Deduction and induction, that is types of reasoning. Okay, includes deduction, that is when we move from general to specific, when we move from general reasoning to specific. Okay, and induction, when we move from specific to general, when we move from specific to general. Another thing we'll be looking at is creative and critical thinking. Creative and critical thinking. Right, so these are key tools of philosophy. They are key in philosophy. These are key tools. Okay, so talking of critical thinking, evaluating arguments. All right, we use critical thinking to evaluate arguments, and we also use critical thinking to generate new ideas. These two things should stay with us. That critical thinking helps to evaluate arguments, and creative thinking helps us to generate new ideas. When we think critically, we're able to evaluate arguments. Then when we think creatively, we're able to generate new ideas. We're able to generate new ideas. In conclusion, in this class, we see philosophy influencing areas such as politics. Okay, we see philosophy influencing areas such as human conduct and, of course, religion and values. So, philosophy entails or goes around other areas, right, like has been listed in politics, in human conduct, and in religion and values. So, I'll be looking forward to seeing you in subsequent classes. Thank you very much.